St. Marie.
Hello.
Hey, Sheri,
So
how are you
awesome
doing?
to see you.
Awesome, right? We're
Yeah.
here, we're live, and it's a wonderful time to be doing this because then we can practice connection and still practice good social distancing. Since
Absolutely. This is like the greatest trick ever right now. I love it.
right, I know. So it's like again, we were having a little conversation, just beforehand, and we were talking about video and the ability to do video now and create content because most times we do have busy lives. People have works and commutes and stuff like that, and now a lot of that has been put on hold. A lot of people are now working from home, and we are working in a different environment, but you know always look for the silver lining. Always try to look for the silver lining, and this is one of them. So being able to reach out to people, talk, have great conversations, and again, spread the word, get a message out there. Use this forum to help create a positive vibe because we need that right now. It's a you know I know people have their social anxieties on level 12. So again, counteract it. Kindness, compassion, empathy, all the wonderful things that you can find. And I know nobody better than Sheri to bring on to talk about that. So, uh, you
Thank
know,
you. And that's absolutely the disrupting human behavior right there. Like the number one thing I've been asked for in the last 6 months is we just want to like voyeur watch you have a conversation that's like personal and intimate and super vulnerable. And I'm like, oh, watch tonight. Like this is what this is, right? And I
yeah,
absolutely love it because it lets beautiful souls connect and have amazing conversations, share incredible, impactful stuff that helps everybody. And what an amazing thing. Like for me, this isn't even about busy. Like I pop down here 45 minutes, here we go off to the next one. And it gets all over the world. It's like the most amazing thing. I think it's like magic.
yeah. And again, it's, the message can spread so far. I've had, I didn't expect this, but I've had viewers from Spain,
Yep.
Italy, and, again, I was like, whoa, that kind of caught me off guard. I never expected to see something like that. But then there's people out there watching, spreading it around. And I said, you know what, God, this is a wonderful forum to put this stuff out here.
It's a cool thing. So for me, I call it the playground. So here's the playground just became the whole world. This is kind of how I talk in my Street Smart world, right?
Yeah.
And we all help each other on the playground. We have a good time. We play hard. We learn things, But this is the coolest thing about that. And for anybody to be able to have a connection and show up because they want to learn something or show up because they want some kind of really beautiful vibe or to learn something deep or whatever, that's the magic in it. And if you wouldn't give your talent and I wouldn't give mine on this side, nothing would have happened tonight. And that's the cool part of if you contribute what I don't know how to do, I'll contribute what you don't know how to do. And then together we're going to do this thing for everybody. I love
That's right. That's right. And we're again, teamwork makes the dream work. You get that out there. And, the message that I try to tell everybody whenever we have these conversations is that, it may not be about all the people watching it, but it's about the message that you're able to get across. And if you can reach just one person, just that one person that can hear something, that can catch something that catches their attention, that may be the one thing to be able to say, you know what, I want to change my life, or I want to go help, or I want to go whatever it is.
100%.
So I call this a tool because it is a tool. And just like any tool, if you learn how to use it properly, it does great things for you. And
or you're like me, just get on and ride the bike. I don't know how to ride the bike. I just get on and ride the bike. That's what I do. So
yeah,
you could do it that way too.
Yes, and
Send me a link and I'll get on. I don't know how to do this, but let's go.
But again, this is about great conversations and reaching out to people. So
yeah.
I usually set up questions whenever I bring guests on, but sometimes I let the flow of the conversation just lead to where it wants to go.
Absolutely.
And I feel that's one of these conversations because you can probably
I don't have too many who've actually done questions with me, but that's good. And so do you want to drive or you want me to drive or you want to go back and forth?
Let's start. Let's start. First of all, you know, how we met on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and how did your journey start there, and how's it helped change your life and who you are as a person, you know?
A fabulous question. So the funny part is I've been on LinkedIn technically for 10 years, hated it up till 17 months ago, put nothing on there. It was so boring. I'm like, I can't do the buckled up. Like I have nothing to say. Like, what do I have to say? And I don't need a job, right? 17 months ago, we all know it got super fun. So it became a platform that you can actually do real networking. You can do real showing of your talent. You can do real give, all that stuff. And so I started off kind of, you know, my whole big self was over on Facebook for 10 years. And so
Yeah.
hundreds of videos, I was on YouTube before that. I came over 17 months ago, and now that's my primary place because it's opened up tremendously. I've gotten to a place where my entire intent there is to give and make a difference in the world. And I do it in this street smart teaching fashion that's now become kind of this voice of influence. And I got 10 years left to jam on social media before I'm too old. So I'm like, all right, let's just like burning daylight. Let's go. Right. So one of my posts ended up getting 80-some thousand views, which was fun. Next thing I know, I'm off to what I love is jumping on podcasts. I'm a professional speaker. And so you don't have to do that standing in front of a mic. That's what I wish people would get the old school off of there. I'm a speaker. I have a voice. I'm a master's level educator. I'm a business owner, And I just started doing digital tattoos everywhere. That's what that is when you leave, right?
Yeah.
And so I have hundreds of thousands of digital tattoos everywhere in terms of a thought, a comment, a word speak thing I do, and these videos. And that has ended up giving me all kinds of opportunities with different collaborators like yourself. Tomorrow I'm going to be another one in Milwaukee with a big thought group where I'm going to be a facilitator of a leadership group.
Yeah.
It's really helped me get on to be able to do my next thing. And all of it for me is intuitive, free floating creativity. So I don't plan out a schedule. I don't have an agenda. I'm in here in life 24/7 live with you, figuring out all the hard and good lessons, sharing it all, and helping us do the best we can in this great thing that is life, you know? And it's a ton of fun. I love it.
Yeah. And again, this is, you know, along those lines, I feel the same way whenever I start doing things. So, you know, starting this journey here, a lot of people say, well, what is the goal? What is the thing? I didn't have a goal.
I don't either.
You know,
that's okay.
My only thing is again, and I've said this, I don't know, 20 times since I've been doing this, but I said challenge. Challenge was just the one thing that I had in my head. Challenge everything that I want to do, challenge what I can be as a person, and then just challenge myself to do things that I wouldn't normally try to do. So again, I never planned on doing video. I just planned on maybe doing a podcast. But again, the point to challenge yourself is to go, you know what, go one step further. I'm
so proud of you for that. I'm so proud of that. Like when I watch just this short, intense thing, I am so proud of you, and I'm so happy to listen to you of just what you're thinking and what's your attitude and all of that. Because I first fell in love with your videos, as I've told you, and like you just mesmerized me. I love to just listen to you. I love the fact that you are so fully passionate and sensitive like myself. You are a deep thinker. You are a strong man. And the very first second I saw your very first video, I rewatched that 3 times. I was just like, I just want to listen to him because your heart comes out and all that stuff. And then now when I see you shooting off onto all of this and your confidence and what you're doing, and like you're inspiring me, and it's beautiful. And I'm just proud of you and thank you.
Yeah. And I try to tell everybody else who has maybe even just the slightest inclination to maybe do it, I tell them, jump into it. You know, again, don't give yourself an alternative. Burn the boats. Don't just take the island. Don't turn around and go back, man. Jump into it, start doing it, and just see where it'll take you as far as like your journey along in life. Because again, a lot of the things that have been formulating around me because people see me doing this and they see what I'm doing and they see that I'm passionate about it and I'm putting all my heart, my work, and my soul into everything that I'm trying to do. You know, even the background that you see back behind me, that was made by a friend, and we had met online in LinkedIn. And she's got your same name. Sheri Lawley is her name, and she's the one that, yeah, exactly. And she was the one that put that together for me. And again, and you might not want to see, but I'll show it.
I see it. It's great. I love it.
I got a T-shirt that that they made for me. It was my sister-in-law. She's like, so again, people have been so receptive to
gorgeous
me being able to go out and do these things. And again, I'm not trying to I don't have an objective as far as like, hey, I'm going to monetize this. That was never the intention. The intention was me to just go out and reach to what I call creative souls.
Yeah.
People who can go out there, and you see that they can start an idea, and it starts in their mind. It's like a recipe. It starts from scratch, and you build it into something real, something tangible.
Absolutely.
That you can share. And like you said, you're leaving a digital tattoo somewhere.
I know in the beginning, like right when I started any of this 10 years ago, I knew my kids may not care, but what I was doing was leaving myself all over the world if they ever wanted to find me again. That's really how this started for me as a mom and a person. And when you say creative, beautiful souls, I'm the exact same thing as you. I have no business plan. I don't do this. There's a leap of faith and a passion that I just feel I have to give and deliver. And I just trust the people that I get connected to and choose to do these things with.
Yeah.
This is what's cool. You and I are going to create something you don't create with anybody else.
No.
I'm going to do that with something else that we don't do. That's the super fun, cool part.
Yeah.
And make my talent and give in the world give me a life. Like if it pricelessly it does. And I love that.
Yeah.
I'm on a leap of faith with you. People look at me and they go, oh my gosh, you got it all. No, I don't. Every day I take leap, and somebody catch me. I don't know. It's good.
Again, and I always do this, and I'm just going to show. I always do show notes kind of like this, but you know what? Today, let's tear them, right? Because I'm here. I'm here with Sheri, and we're.
I know I'm a talker, and you and I really do well. So I was like, I'm just getting in the seat and going to go with them. So
yeah, and again. And it just happens to be that we're in this time of ever-changing environments and everything else. And I see somebody like you, and you're bringing light into the world. You're bringing, your message that you get across. So whenever I see you posting videos and making content, and I'm going, okay, that's what we need right now. We need that. People need people need to feel that. People.
Like that makes me so happy in a day, because that's the real thing I want to be able to be doing. I care so much about people and that we're okay and the underdog and all that stuff. And it's funny because, of course, I'm having my own real experience in this. I got 3 college kids in my industries, whatever, in real estate. But here's the part. What I do know is the dust will all settle. Right now, I'm just jumping up here. What I've heard from everybody today, not from an ego place, was, geez, we need your passion. Geez, we need your energy. Geez, we need and thank you. You're the one who said to me, and I'm now out Saturdays on LinkedIn, putting out my Living a Passion Life content. Thank you. On Friday, after you started saying to me, come on, we want to see your creativity, your inspiration, I got going with this Heart-Centered at Work course and product and content. And tomorrow I'm launching my creativity tips. So
there you go.
From you too, of like, come on, show us how you do this creative stuff. So I am so thankful for all the people that have kept me brave and up here, because this is what makes me happy. If I don't worry about what are the results and is it doing, this is what is my best give. And I appreciate if it's making people feel better or energized, or like you can fix or do anything in your life. This is a beautiful time to take a look at too. Like, what wasn't working that you would like to make better? The bigger thing I'd like to say is like, whose hand do you miss holding?
Yeah.
What do you wish you would have said? Who do you need to tell something? Like, those are the beautiful parts now. And the more important part I will always keep reminding us is, please don't get us back to a time when we forget all this.
Yeah.
Because my real feelings about this, and they may not be popular, is we just got jacked back 10 years and we needed it. We just got jacked back as humans 10 years to get your head out of your phone, talk to your people, eat well, sleep well, breathe. That was good for us. I'm sorry for the experience, but I'm super excited about the beautiful evolution of a wake up right now. And I want to be in it, and I want to lead, and I want to play with everybody who wants to do that.
Yeah. And again, it goes to people people are I'm starting to see this a lot more uh, because they're at home, because they're doing things, they're taking risks that they wouldn't take before, which is they're making videos of showing themselves like
Yeah.
just with
Yep.
their families and being personable and reaching out. And I said, man, that's what you should have been doing in the first place.
100%. Yeah.
Uh, and again, remember that once all this is gone. This is
Absolutely, for sure. And so people need to realize they're not looking at you like they think you think they're looking at you like, oh, what are you wearing, or is your hair out of place, or whatever.
yeah,
What they are doing is saying, thank you for showing up. Thank you for
yes,
being human. Thank you for taking a tap on the day to go, I was here, right? I was
yeah,
here. And again, I've been on video 10 years. And at the same time, people have pushed me to a place where I used to do it on Facebook, but I didn't do it on LinkedIn, where you can see kind of my lighthearted, my sassy, my funny, my what. And that's where it's pushed me. So I have a different vulnerability. And
yeah,
I'm the same as I'm asking everybody else to do, of step up and be vulnerable, because this is our chance. Like, I don't want to regret this, that I didn't fully give every single thing that I've got. Like, when I'm done, I want to just slide into home base like there's nothing left in this girl. And the way
yeah,
I'm doing this, I feel like I can do that. You know, this is what I'm doing, and I try to live it every day. And when I need help on the backside, that's when I connect to my friends, or like,
yeah.
cry for a second, or I need help. I like, yeah. And that's real, you know. But it's also super beautiful, and it's a choice right now.
Yeah.
It's a choice right now, and this is how I'm choosing.
Yeah. And again, you know, you can be that person and still have a business. You can still create all that and still be who you are, you know. You don't have to have that layer of professionalism anymore. You can just be who you are and be natural. And I think that's a more endearing quality whenever I meet somebody who does business, you know, who does uh, you know, these sort of things. And you know, one of the guys that I started following a while back was Roger Wakefield, and Roger is a plumber, but he does videos. He's huge on YouTube, but yet he's just really just down to earth, personable person, and he is who he is online, offline. And again, that's the kind of, you know, that's the kind of way that you can be now. You don't have to be, well, you're like totally different online as opposed to when I meet you other. No, you know, offline, online, if you can be that person all the time, then you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. You can just be you. And
yeah, because we've socialized our culture to be this game face. Like, we Pretendia, like I literally am the author of Pretendia, right? I wrote that book. And the whole premise of it was this whole thing of, we put up these false pretenses and pretend everything's wonderful, and at home it's fallen apart and whatever. And what we were doing to humans was making you stuff and hold your feelings, and we were not able to be the human we were. So we're pretending we're a robot, and we blew up. That's what happens. And so it is better that we are able to not feel like we have the game face. We have been so afraid of vulnerability because it means, oh my gosh, you're really going to see me. You and I both can be very vulnerable. I can be vulnerable to the point that I am emotional. And I in certain conversations cry. I cried yesterday with this man I was on Zoom with, and he was telling me a story, and I'm like, oh, because my heart's just there, right? So I have the ability to be authentically super strong, but I also have like such a huge heart, and those are quite a realm of pieces, and it depends on where I use it, but all of that is me, you know, and all of that makes me a better, beautiful, richer person now. And the funny part to me is, like, if people find me in public and they'll go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're just like whatever. I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, you know, it doesn't matter where you'll see me, grocery store, the gym, like, this is it, you know?
Yeah. And again, you are who you are. So, you know, I actually had a chance to take place in a workshop with a bunch of people who were actually that we had met. I had met them online on LinkedIn. So you start meeting these people in real life, and you know, you get the sense that you can tell who's really themselves, and then who's somebody else offline. And I love the people that, again, I'm just drawn to those kind of people who just who they are.
Yep.
Good, bad, and different. They just, flaws and all. That's the person that they are. And
every human is, and so that's the part. Let's quit pretending, right?
Yeah.
Every human is flawed. That's what that means. But also, every human is beautiful. And guess what? Here's where originally you asked kind of about my books and here's where I started writing. It was like, really, why do we have a world where we are able to learn something hard or resilient or whatever, and then we don't share with anybody? Like, you don't get the playbook because I figured that out, but it's going in my desk drawer. Like, that makes no sense. And what's happened now, which I've been waiting for 20 years, is we all have this life university that's open to everybody. We can all share our books and stuff and whatever. And like, hey, gosh, you don't want to do that? Here's what I learned about that,
Yeah.
There's no shame in the game about that. That's cool.
Yeah. And, whenever you're sitting there and you're thinking about, well, what do I want to do? What am I going to become? All those things. If you're able to accept yourself, who you are, what you are, how you're going to be, just 100% going forward, that's one less thing you have to worry about. You can just concentrate on, whatever you're going to try to do. So again, I didn't have to think about becoming this person to put on video. No. I just had to learn how to do video.
Right.
That's the only thing I really had to learn was how to put this all together. I didn't have to learn how to become this person. I was already this person. And
that's exactly it. Like, the greatest trick I'll tell people, it's not actually a trick. It's the greatest thing you can do, both here and on video if you're going to get on or whatever. The whole thing is you just talk right into the camera like you're talking about the most important person you need to get this message across to.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, there is no audience. There's one. And on the receiver on the other end, there's usually just one watching. So that's the greatest trick and tip of the richness of the conversation. Like, why I'm not looking right in here is because I want to look at your face. That's I'm like this, and I'm so excited to get to see you and I can talk. But that's what you're doing that makes it the 3D connection.
Yeah.
And the pieces about what I'm trying to give or offer. I think the other super important thing is all we're doing is offering.
Yeah.
I can't make you do it. So the old days was this aggressive sales push or what. Nobody wants that. They don't. And so all you're doing, if you're out on content or sharing or impact, you are just making an offering as beautiful as you can. That's it. And you are unattached to what happens with it. That's the greatest thing I can tell you. Because everybody's thinking about, like, did I get the likes or did I? You don't know, and you're driving blind always. We all are. And yet I get comments from people that are change your world stuff. And yet that post maybe didn't have so many public because they needed to privately tell me,
Yeah.
And so we are unattached. We are just delivering an offering. And if you want the donut, you'll take the donut.
Yeah. And, again, and something that you said, right? Okay. Kind of made me think of this. So when you're talking, like right now, I can do this. I can talk into a camera. I can look into a camera because that's how I can visualize it. Right.
Yes.
And I've said this before on the show. I've had a fear of public speaking, like what you do, what you stand in front, because you get instant feedback. You got somebody looking at you. And that's one of the things that I'm trying. Again, my whole deal has been challenge myself this year. And I had planned to go out and start doing before all this stuff kind of took all that away, but was to go out and try to find public speaking, because that's one avenue where I want to get up on a stage and talk to people and just see what will happen. Because again, I can visualize this. I can say, well, again, I'm talking to one person. I can look into a camera. I can say the message. I can do whatever I can do. But when I'm looking at 50, 20, 15 people, I don't know. That's something I'm working. I want to work past.
Okay, so on your list. So here's the difference when you're with an audience. So when you're with an audience, obviously don't stare at the one because you'll make like here. I'm just talking to you.
There you go.
Weird. So when you are speaking to an audience, what you're going to do is you're looking at the individual, but you're slowly just sprinkling around, right? Here's the problem. Greatest tip of speaking or content or anything.
Yeah.
Don't take this so personal. This is just to everybody.
Yeah.
The reason you're feeling uncomfortable is because you got to focus on yourself. If you are a speaker, your job is not a dang thing about yourself. You got to focus in the wrong spot. The teacher does not stand up in front of the classroom and go, oh, do they like my outfit today? What did they think about my story? A teacher doesn't do that. They just stand up and deliver. It's not about myself. It's about you, the audience. And I'm going to do the same exact kind of tips and things. So what I do, I give a roller coaster of emotion on my stuff, right? So I am looking for real, not like, oh, pause. I'm going, and I'm watching the reactions, and I'm just same as we do with this conversation.
Yeah.
You are moving around the audience and watching reactions and things like that. You have to not think of yourself. You got to get it flipped forward. It's only about them. That's true of content too. It is not about you. That's my face going out there.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I, as a teacher, am a conduit. That means I'm just a tool it goes through. That's it's not about me. I use myself, and I use self-deprecating humor a lot.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It is my face, but I'm just using it to say something. That's it. So it isn't about, oh my gosh, how am I? And did they like me? And did I? It's about, what do I need to say? What do I feel with my only voice that will ever be on this earth and ever, any time of history? What do I feel like I got to say? You know? And half of protecting your talent is you may not care what they think or respond with. That's important, because otherwise they start driving your brand and your voice and your talent, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I say I wanted to, again, push myself to that point.
Awesome.
So
don't you dare say, for now, you don't even say that part. So your social spilling, you just stop and you go, I want to get out there and speak. Let me tell you, how did I get on podcasts? This smart lady wore a red pair of boots, and I said, I'm a podcast guest. And I did a hashtag podcast guest. I got 7 that week.
Oh, wow.
Okay, listen, that's my trick.
There you go.
Then do it. And so then now you can say it. And like tomorrow, I'm going into this leadership thing to facilitate with this group of people. And then tomorrow you'll see a post of, hey, I did this. Like, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah. So again, and
so you are a speaker, and you're hashtag speaker, pal.
I know. And there you go. And Wednesday, because I'm off from work, that they're doing this mandatory thing. So, but I went ahead and set myself up to do a lot of interviews.
You're gonna be a rock star on Wednesday. I told you when I heard your schedule.
Yeah. So again, I'm doing a Wednesday morning. I think it's like 9:30 Eastern time, 9:40, something like that, with Adam Posner. He's got his own podcast, and he's doing a live thing. And then at 2:30, I'm doing a LinkedIn Live with Virgie Van Horten. And then I'm also doing my show 7 o'clock that evening. And I'm also doing a podcast episode with my co-host, Annie Lieb, and I. And we're going to just push the boundaries today. I mean, Wednesday, I'm just pushing.
This is what I want you to do. Can you do me a favor, please?
Yeah. Yes.
So I want you to get up Wednesday and just live your ideal life the whole entire day. Like everything you're doing, you're just enjoying every inch of it, every piece. Because guess what? As you described that to me, you're really passionate about that day. That's what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Don't waste Wednesday. Wake up and be a rock star in your ideal life and soak it all up and figure out, how do I do more of that? That's your goal on Wednesday, and a beautiful day, right?
Yes. And that's, again, I'm starting to figure more and more as I get up and do these more and more, that this is becoming a passion. This is like really driving me. So there you go. Look, there it is. There's the book, guys.
Living a passionate life, you are.
Yes. So it's really driving me to push my creativity. And again, I love reaching out to creative people, because again, I love is the creative process.
Me too.
And how it starts. Again, from just a general idea. So one of the guests I had on, he's a fashion designer. His fashion has walked on New York. He's been on New York runways.
Wow.
He's done fashion for celebrities. And it all started with an idea of seeing a kid wearing a Letterman jacket, a sweater. And he got the idea from there, just watching it. And I said, that's how the idea started? He said, yeah, I never thought about fashion. But I thought it was cool. And
I did.
Yeah,
and I had one.
So he built a whole brand. He got himself into it, and
Awesome.
it was from just one simple little idea that became.
Creativity is like the most beautiful way to play with the universe, right?
Yes.
And people. And so for me, like this is actually part of my video tomorrow. I have been creative since I was a little kid. I have a massively creative mom. And when we were back in the 70s, that was considered the crazy people, like don't tell people these ideas come to you. Like,
yeah.
And now I'm so thrilled to still be alive when like the creatives, it's like our time now that it's respected. Everybody is creative, and to learn some of these tips and tools to play with creativity and to help you solve a business solution because you could relax and play with it instead.
Yeah.
That's some of the super cool stuff that we can also learn and share.
Yeah. And, again, and if the universe leads me into doing this, where this is going to be what I do for the rest of my life, it'd be, I wouldn't even know how to describe it, because again, you always talk about that. You always talk inside of your head. You say, I want to find my passion. I want to be able to do it as a career. And if you're doing it that way, then it's not even work, because this doesn't even feel like work.
It's not work. I mean, this is total play to me. If I could do this and not have to, like, if this paid the bills and I don't want to. And sometimes I think too, we sometimes do a disservice to make our talent or passion pay the bills.
Yeah.
So I always just, same as you talked before, I kind of leave it both ways of whatever. Yeah. Whatever. I choose to still do this no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this no matter what. Because it makes me happy in a day, and it gives me purpose in the world, and I know it makes a difference. So I'm going to show up and do it anyhow, no matter what happens with it.
Yeah, and and the more I'm doing this, the more I'm getting out. And I was doing videos before, but the more I'm doing this, the more I can incorporate more people who have the same aspects, the same feelings, the same drive to. Again, like we're doing now, we're actually creating content. Somebody's going to watch this and go, oh, wow, check it out. These are two of my favorite people. I used to be a lurker. I used to be I would be on LinkedIn, and I would just follow people, and, I would like something, but I never talked. I never commented. I never did any of that. I was just, I don't know.
So 95% of people are lurkers.
Yeah.
You have to accept and be fine with the lurkers because they're good. They're students in the classroom. Why would you kick them out, right? That's why I absolutely love the engagers. So I love the engagement. And I also love the fact the engagement's on the front. So everybody in the playground gets to see what happens. It helps you learn in a richer way as the conversation builds and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And all of my invitations have been coming from engagement.
Yes.
That's why I go, come on, try to engage. We want some engagement.
Yeah. And again, that's why I think I enjoy LinkedIn more than any of the other platforms, because it's more rewarding to engage it, because you get to, if you take the time and really start following people and really, pay attention and really talk about whatever the content or whatever their messages they're trying to get across, and you can get in there and put your thoughts and emotions. And I mean, I don't ever just write a one answer. I don't know. That's the writer in me. I can't just go, okay, thumbs up. I
don't do that. There's nothing, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I'm just going to straight up tell people, like, you're going to give just you're giving nothing. Like, what you're doing is leaving your name there with generic.
Yeah. And I don't
say something.
And I can't do that. Mine are usually like 5, 7, 10.
But that's okay. So you are. It's fine. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're giving it deeper, richer. And mine go anywhere from a 5-minute sassafras to longer. And I go very depths and stuff because that's my thing, But like you got to do, right? So right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. And I love it. And again, it rewards you to be engaging the people. And and more time than not, a lot of people will actually read and respond and grow your connection, grow your relationships there. Because I've made I've made about 7 or 8 really good friends on LinkedIn just by doing that, by just reaching in engaging and then talking, and then seeing that we have a lot of commonalities, or we're different but we love the same certain aspects of life. Or so it's
The thing that cracks me up on there is like people will say to me, "Oh my gosh, she responded." I'm like, "I'm not really." Or,
yeah,
as long as it's appropriate, I will respond.
Yeah.
I appreciate the engagement and stuff. What I'm doing this week, which is fun, so maybe an idea for you, I am scheduling Zoom calls with people randomly. So I will put up this one post, and if you see it, it says book a real conversation with Sheri St. Marie. You matter to me. And when people see it, I get 5 spots where 30 minutes people can grab them and whatever. And today when I put it up, people were shy to do that. And then later in my post today, they started saying, "Oh my gosh, I want to meet you. I want to take the Zoom call. Here's the thing, get it in there." And I'm doing that because I'm learning a lot from people, like just about life pieces, but also I want to talk about living a passionate life, heart-centered at work, any of the content I've ever had. And so these conversations we do on video like this. So it looks like this in the person. I promise them not to record it because they're talking about private stuff also.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying, it gives me an opportunity from Australia and London and all over the place where I'm having these amazing conversations. And I wouldn't have been able to do that. And it was just because I got up yesterday and it was like, this like creative idea is like, oh, book a call. Who wants to have a real conversation with me? And it just has to do with, I can't go to the coffee shop. Let's have one. Come on,
Yeah.
And I've learned tons of stuff and met really cool people. And it's fun right now.
Yeah. And again, it's, I don't know. I want to say 60% of the population right now is on quarantine, but what better way to still get out socially, reach out to people, and you never know what kind of connection you're going to make with somebody that could, go beyond just a video conference. You might, you could.
And so for me, here's me. I will show, here's where I'm at in this phase of life. So like my 3 children are into college now. So my 3 things, and they've been this for a while, but they're super it now. My 3 focuses for the rest of my life are people, opportunities, and experiences. That's
beautiful.
In a passionate life for me, that's my definition of those are the things that get in my wheelhouse. Those are things I say yes to. People, opportunities, and experiences. Yes.
Yes, those are 3 awesome aspects.
Look, did you see what I just did there? I put a shout out of, hello, I like people, opportunities, experiences. And then they come in the DM. That's what excited to do. Tell the public.
That ought to be on a T-shirt. That's.
I do have a line of sassafras T-shirts. I do. I've had them for 12 years of zingers that That's you just publicly say out. What would you like the invitation for? And someone will ask you.
Yeah, and again, as I get more and more followers, right? I start telling that people as well. Hey, if you're creative and you have something that you want to share, my forum is open to you. Now, I reach out to people who I've followed for a while, who I have interest in.
Yeah.
I reach out to them and we talk and we conversate. And again, I love that. I love having these sort of breakdown conversations to get to know people that way.
Yeah.
But again, I tell everybody, everybody's a creative soul.
Yes,
so
babies are so creative. Like if you watch babies, they are so creative, and we socially train it out of them when we start giving you a grade for art and telling you use a scissor wrong.
Yeah. And
again, all of us are creative. So we just need to go back to that. And when we're first starting to be comfortable, some people need some practice in how do I do that? How do I relax and play and not worry about it and all that stuff? Creativity is conversations. Creativity is also like physical matter. It is solving problems. It is everything. And tomorrow on LinkedIn, I'll post my first creative tip about how walking can spark a lot of creativity and how you do it. So anyone can do that.
Yeah. And again, if you can go into it if you can keep that mindset like a child, because a child does not know these things, like you said, and we sit there in their subconscious mind when they're playing imagination, they see things as being real. That is real life. That is how they see things. And then we as a society beat it out of them that say, no, no, that's not real. And their creativity and those sort of things, that's how imagination works. That's how,
Absolutely.
if you can carry that beyond, just society trying to get that out of your head, and you can do that. That's why people who learn that early and are very imaginative, those
Yeah.
are the people that are, God, that are super creative. They don't understand the limitations that we as a society put on to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
So a great question for everybody is just, how would you like it to be?
mm-hmm.
Sit down with
Yeah.
your coffee or your water tomorrow morning, and it's like, how would you like this to be? Because you can imagine right now is a perfect time to go, how would I like this to be when I reemerge? When we
Yeah.
reemerge, because we're going to, how would you like it to be? Or one of my posts just late tonight was, this is leadership too. Like, take care of your regrets. Don't sit there in it.
Yeah.
And what is something you, sitting in the seat you're in now, you'd like to change? Like, that's, and people don't think about that as a creative question. It's a creative question. You take the question, sitting in the seat right now in this experience of the world, what would I need to change? What would I
Yeah.
like to change? That's a creative question.
Yeah, that's a really good creative question.
Question for your coffee tomorrow.
Yeah, I might start using that with all my guests. That's a,
You know?
that's a really good question to ask somebody, you know, because again, your imagination, your only limitations are the ones you put on yourself, and that's it. And I hate using and hearing the words impossible, because if you say something is impossible, or if they use the word, is another word I don't like. So if it's unthinkable, unsinkable, unbreakable, the minute you say that in front of that word, somebody is already starting to think about how they can break it, how they can, whatever it is.
Well,
So,
you put un in it, so that is the beginning sinking strong of un. Like, that's the
yes.
problem. And a lot of this has to do with creativity's energy, right? People are all energy, and that's not woo. Like, people used to think, "Ooh, you're gonna get woo on me now."
Yeah, no.
We are all energy, and thinking is energy, and words are energy, and that's the part that we need to play and practice a little better with. Do I really want to start the beginning of my thing with an un something? No,
Yeah.
I don't. And so tell me how you'd like it to be, not the un.
Yeah. And
And
again,
start playing with and thinking about a little bit. And we go, there aren't right answers. Like, all of life, there are not right answers. We are all dancing and playing it on a journey of our thing, right? And so half of it is getting all the shoulds off us.
yeah.
And a lot of it is my heart-centered work. A lot of it is, I don't get to inflict myself more than on my one life I get.
Yeah. There you go.
We're doing a lot of uncreativity of, you shouldn't sit down. You listen, back yourself up, because you only get your one life, not yours, mine, and my vote and your vote and all that stuff. Like, no.
Yeah. And that's why I, again, put this show together, and I wanted to find creative people, because those are usually the ones who think outside the box. They're the ones that
We do. And also, I don't know. I mean, we've had creative people portrayed in the past of like, oh gosh, those are the ones that are miserable and they're in a room all by themselves going crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm most happy because I'm creative.
Yeah.
And I use my soul and my emotion and my thoughts and my connection to people. That makes me really happy in a day. I don't even notice so much what's going on right now, because I am not going to focus on that. What I'm focusing on right now, and I have the minute any of this started, was, what can we do? Step up and lead. What needs to be happening? Here's a great creative question and leadership question. What do you need right now?
Yeah.
Like, we don't ask that. So what I need right now is somebody super empowered, totally passionate. It's going to step up and carry us out of here. That's what a leader does. Somebody creative, all they do is exhaust every single option there is to make it better.
Yes. And
there's creative ideas. So we just keep trying. That's an okay thing.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you that much. So again, we all, every day, especially now, we have the option to get up every morning and make the best of whatever's going on. Don't, again, gosh, don't, I see the people stressing, the anxiety, the worry, and I'm like you, I look past it, because I see something greater. I see a world. I still see a beautiful world out there. I still see this isn't all gloom and doom. This isn't.
100%. So here's the thing, like, it isn't that I don't get stressed or anxious. I do. I mean, I'm human, so I do. However, here's the thing. I do understand it's not going to do anything. So we're burning all this energy, and what you're really doing is being hard physically on your body, which isn't helpful for your health.
Yeah.
So here's a trick. I wasn't doing it for this. I'm doing it because I'm talking so much. But you get a glass of water and you're feeling anxious or whatnot. That drink of water is like calm or confidence or peace. And you're thinking about that while you're having a drink, because it's really lotion for the inside, right? Of just calm it down and be thankful and all that kind of stuff. Here's my attitude right now. It is externally, I don't have control about those things. And so what I'm going to do is decide within my house, which is where I have my people right now, the world didn't end. So guess what? We are getting up with a good morning. We are thankful. How did you sleep last night? We are showering. We are dressed. We are interacting. We are laughing. We are quiet when, they're upstairs studying and I'm down here doing my thing and whatever. And so we are going on as if life is still here. If you're going to quit first, I'm not going to quit first. I'm not going to quit until you absolutely make me, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Instead, life is going on, and I feel bummed if I don't take a shower and I don't talk to anybody and I don't. So I am doing all the great connective things I know that are healthy for me, healthy for other people, will make this situation better. I don't really know what's going to happen when we're all done with this. I don't know, but this is it. I got today, and I have this opportunity, and I'm not choosing to by choice, because I picked it first to spend it gross, depressed, not interacting, shutting down, giving up. That's not me. And I don't want this day to be that way. So I'm up, the sun's up, and I'm going,
Yeah. And again, I think you wake up like that every day.
Yeah, I mostly try. I mean, I'm very happy in the morning. I annoy people at 5 a.m.
You wake up like that every day. It doesn't matter the challenge.
Yeah. Here's me, like, we get a fresh start every morning that we wake up. That's me.
Yeah. So, my 2 feet hit the ground in the morning, I'm already, 100% better than a lot of people. I woke up. I see that as the first thing to say, you know what, my day's going to be great already. Cause we're not promised tomorrow. And I always think about that every single morning. I'm never promised tomorrow. So I take advantage of every single day that I got and do what I can every single day. Again, this is the driving factor.
And the other thing you add to that is, if you woke up, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That's how you know. Like, everybody's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, listen, if you woke up, you're supposed to be here. Like, get up and get going. That's it, right?
That's it.
And for me,
let's go, man.
Beginning of just being thankful for my own personal self, of like, I'm able to get up and I'm whatever. Then it is my family needs me. Like, I'm here for my family. So whether I do or don't or whatever, like, my family drives me by choice, and I love it. And then third, I connect to, but the world needs me.
Yeah. And
someone's gonna get up and do a video today.
That's right.
They need me to do it real, not with game face. Like, it's so fabulous, nothing's going on here.
Yeah. Well,
guess what? It's choice, and so I'm gonna stand up and lead and jam as best I can. And that is, I feel okay spending my life and day like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm gonna choose it again tomorrow. And if I get down on my behind, I know somebody, including you or whatever, they check back and go, if somebody didn't see me on content in a day, I'll get 5 people going, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? What's up? I'm like, yep, I'm okay. And that's how we all are connected and fun in the world, right? Like, I didn't see you on the playground. You good?
Yeah. And, again, I get, people ask me sometimes, they go, hey, the videos that you do, always seem like you're wearing your work uniform. I said, yeah, because that's me. That's, I
Yeah.
mean, what I always ask them, what would be the difference if I was in a 3-piece suit and doing that? It's not what I'm wearing. It's not what I'm, what's around me. It's what's in front of me and what am I saying? What's the message that I'm trying to get across? And that's why I tell people, don't be afraid to hop on.
Yeah. And you know what I loved about it? You also do it in your truck. And so I was like, that's what I noticed also. Like, it was your smile, it was your twinkle in your eyes, it was you're in your uniform, you're in your truck. And I'm like, oh, I love this. Listen though, this is good. So I'm like watching and I go, oh, this is awesome, because guess what? This guy is just making sure he does this. And I'm envisioning you jumping in and out of your truck. I don't know if you do that, but I'm like, okay, this guy is like, he knows he needs to do this. So he's like in and out and pop in and do a video. Yeah. And a couple of years ago when I was, it was harder because our house was under construction. I was in my car doing videos. And so I'm like, listen, it was because I had too many people in my house and everybody's talking, you can hear them, and your car is a sealed space. And so I was like, I love that. This guy has got the priority of the truck hop and the whatever. And then we get to see another side of you here. So it's awesome.
Yeah. And so, I love doing this. I love doing my regular videos. And because I just, again, I'm starting to love doing this on an everyday basis. So
that's awesome. Let me tell you something. Don't give up the videos and don't give up this, because it all cross tickles people in a different, like, wow, I like this or I didn't like that or whatever. So that's why I podcast all over the place. Like my real deal is like video speaking, consulting, whatever. But I use this lovely platform of their talent to go, let me jump in the hot seat and then I'm off to the next thing. And all that promotes the brand, right?
Yeah. And again, this is why I'm finding that I found this is a good way for me to just reach out and connect with people. And that's what I wanted to do from the beginning. And, here I am, you're actually my 20th episode. So
I like the numbers. I've been 7, 20, I like all.
So hopefully, I tell people
I'm good luck.
I'm going for 100.
Oh, you'll get 100. I have no question about it. You want to know why?
Why is that? Because
you're just a great, engaging soul, for one thing. And who's told you no? Like, don't answer that. But I can't imagine, like, who wouldn't go, yeah, gosh, I'd have the opportunity. Or you tell any of us, what kind of person would you like or what topic? We'll find you somebody. People would love to contribute with you.
Yeah. And again, I'm finding that more and more every single day. And I'm getting a lot of the people who I really connected with when I first got on LinkedIn. And there's a whole list that I have.
Awesome.
And of course, you were one of my top ones. And
you're one of my top ones too.
So I can do this off the list, and then I can go. I got a circle date when I can have you back on as my second.
I can do tons of topics. We can rotate me around. I always will change a topic. It'll be totally different.
But that's great. I love that though. And I tell everybody, believe me, if when I get back around again to 100, you'll be 101, you'll be 102, you're 103. So we're going to go.
Hey, now I really want that. So I want to be 100 or 101. I do. I want the spot, and I'll talk about whatever. You give me some really hard topic, and I'm 100.
Well,
I'm going to help you get there. I want to see you get there because I want to be 100 with you.
Well, here we go. I only got 80 more, so
we can do that. That's so many. How fast you want to get this done? 6 months, we can do this.
Yeah. So again, at this pace, I figure. Let's see, I can get 25, about 22 episodes in every month. So in about 4 months, me and you will be.
Let's do it. I can write on my calendar now.
You and me will be meeting back again in 4 months on here.
Let's get a really juicy topic. Let's get really something fabulous for 100.
Well, and I'm hoping all this is gone, and
it will be.
It will be just. It'll just be the good hearts and the good conversation.
A new amazing world. Could we go with that? We're going to have a new amazing world.
Yes.
Every person in it could choose to. That is the mission.
And again, I think the ramifications of what's going on afterwards, everything's going to be able to change, because you're going to see that everybody is going to start learning that the limitations that were there before are no longer valid. they're all void. You're going to be able, again, there's going to be employers that go, you know what? Why do we need 50 people in the office? We can all, you can offer that to people. Say, hey, you can start teleconferencing from home. You can, whatever it is. And
EXP, we have 24,000 real estate agents around the world, and we're all cloud-based. And so we right now are very fortunate. We are completely set up, and I've been with them since September. For the previous 17 years, I was independent by myself.
oh, wow.
That switch over, watching just the world changing in brokerages. And so we have 24,000 around the world. I can help anybody join EXP. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as we have licensing. And that's how we're working now.
Oh, wow. See, again, there it is already out there in the world. And I think that's going to just expand once we get past all this, because they're going to see how much of a tool this is using video. You can, again, the limitations and the creation and all that stuff, it's only going to be a matter of what you put in front of you.
Yeah.
Again, I literally learned how to do this in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks.
I'm so proud of you. I think it's so cool. I mean, I know you showed me a piece of the information, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be brave like you, because I'm creating this course. And right now I'm picking my software.
Oh, wow.
And it's all like, granted, I teach all the time, but like, I don't normally do it on a streamed platform where people can, what I'm going to do, because people don't love to read, is I'm taking that whole heart-centered course and I'm doing 20 videos of and you're just be able to click a stream and pick your thing and get through the piece.
There you go.
Now, it's not my easy thing. Everybody thinks it is. It's not. But I watched you today and I go, ooh, I'm gonna work harder tomorrow, because I saw what you.
Yeah, and I've told, I've had friends on that. One was a teacher. I said, look, before everything got bad, I told her, you need to use this as a tool.
Yeah.
You need to use this as to reach out and whatever your message is, whatever your lessons you're going to create, whatever any kind of educational tool you want to use this for, this is the perfect platform. You need to be able to create that. And again, this goes back beyond just doing streaming like what I'm doing it for. I always tell everybody, look, I do it for this because this is what I want to do it for.
Yeah.
You can use it for your business however you want. You just got to go out there and learn how to do it. And I said,
actually, I will tell you thank you, because one of the things that came up this week is I'm going to do one of these with my daughter. So my daughter is a doctorate of pharmacy student.
Oh.
However, what she really is, and what we need to do the split screen for, is she agreed to do a session with her mom.
There you go.
It's on mother-daughter mountain climbing soulmates, because really she's been my soulmate on dreams since she was a little kid. And she has got tenacity bigger than her mom. And so we're going to do a split screen thing and record for people. And so you just taught me the source today, and thank you. So I'm going to try to do this with my daughter for our next thing, and I appreciate that.
There you go. And again, there's no limitation on what you can do with video. There's no limitation you can do with live streaming. Again, because artists are starting to use this now because they can't perform and they can't go out and do their music. So what better way than to live stream your music to people and probably reach an audience you wouldn't have ever thought about reaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the part. I mean, there's some just tremendous, super cool things about all of this. And it's like each one teach one, right? That's all kind of teaching concept. Each one teach one. And then we did this, and then I'm going to show somebody else, and they're going to be on to the next thing. And, it's amazing.
And again, I what I learned, and a lot of this I owe to my mentor. His name is Russ Johns, and he does this show, same kind of thing, Monday through Friday during the day, right? And he kind of walked me through this, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to show him all the gratitude in the world, because again, he kind of started me on this path, and I'm trying to do the same thing and pay it forward to other people that come on.
His gratitude is watching everyone you ship out. His gratitude is watching everyone. I'm a teacher, right? So every one of my kids who learn to fly, I'm like so thrilled. And the coolest thing for me is, I'm in my 50s now. My students are still in my life on my social media. So they'll go, that was my former, they call me former instead of old marketing teacher. That's my former marketing teacher. And they're still with me, and they buy houses with me and all that stuff. It's so cool.
Awesome. So I love that.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think I think you actually broke the record that I have of having somebody on doing an interview where, and